Chapter 6, Law of Oneness. Everything is connected to everything else. What we think, say, do, and believe will have a corresponding effect on others and the universe around us. Another way of saying this is that we are all one. We are all literally one being, manifested in infinite ways. And as such, the thoughts of every person, the actions of every creature, and the movement of every celestial body are elements of the One. When you see another person, you are literally seeing yourself. When you touch a puppy, you are literally touching a version of yourself reflected back at you. When you smell a flower or breakfast cooking, you are literally smelling yourself. The sound of a bird's song is you hearing yourself. And when you feel joy for your friend, you are celebrating yourself. Likewise, when something you encounter really stinks, it's you. Everything is you, and you are everything. We are conditioned to being separate, so this may seem drastic at first. The impression of separateness allows us to find fault and blame people and conditions outside of ourselves for our own life. When you find a reason to fault or blame another, it is really finding fault with yourself. When you understand that we are all one, you can begin to dismantle the illusion that is separation. When this illusion melts away, cooperation is the natural state of being. You are then able to experience yourself present with every person you encounter. Thus, their gain is your gain. We are taught all about our differences and value that which makes us unique. Oneness does not diminish our uniqueness. Quite the opposite, in fact. We are each a unique manifestation of spirit in motion, a perfect expression of one source, directly linked to every other perfect expression of itself. This is observable at every scale. One marker on a whole strand of DNA, one cell in a whole organ, one organ in a whole creature, one petal on a whole flower, one person in a whole family or group, one class in a whole school, one cloud in a whole atmosphere, one planet in a whole solar system, one star in a whole galaxy, one galaxy among billions in one region of the universe. The scientific and psychological explanation of this concept is called the holon, which is a whole and complete entity, the lungs, for example, that exists within another whole and complete entity, the body, and is itself made up of whole and complete entities, cells. The methodology is different, and the conclusions are exactly the same. One infinite source and infinite individual expressions of itself. Jack noticed a rash on his stomach. It would not go away with any remedy he had in his medicine cabinet, so he went to see his doctor to try to get to the bottom of it. She looked at it and diagnosed it, prescribing a cream for him to use on it. He did as she said for a couple of weeks, but it did not go away. His response was to make an appointment with a dermatologist to get some answers. The dermatologist identified the rash as something different than his family physician had and sent Jack home with another prescription. After a few more weeks, with the rash still there, Jack told Katie about it, who recommended he go see a holistic practitioner with which she was familiar. Jack went, and through the use of applied kinesiology, also called muscle testing, she was able to identify that Jack had developed a sensitivity or allergy to soy. He immediately removed it from his diet and watched the rash disappear within just a few days. By tapping into the energy of all that is, the holistic practitioner helped Jack like none of the physicians could.